Although I generally play my Switch in docked mode, the potential of the Nintendo Switch's port of Terraria to be essentially the ultimate mobile version of the game intrigues me. And so I've been paying close attention to updates on that front. With the development of Terraria on Switch being fed to us in dribs and drabs for quite a while now, I thought it was as good a time as any to take stock of what we know about its development, and also what we might expect in the near future. The game is being developed by Pipeworks Studios, who by all indications are enthusiastic gamers themselves. They have stated that their goal is to make the Switch version of Terraria feel similar and familiar to those who have played on other platforms. This was stated and demonstrated in an Eye of Cthulhu arena fight video they released fairly recently. The controls, user interface, and gameplay all appear to be very similar to the latest versions on consoles and also on PC. And of course, the controls are slightly tweaked to accommodate the Switch's controllers, but it's essentially the same game with the same interface. Nothing appears to be compromised in the port. The crafting menu, inventory screen, and hotbar are all as we know them, so that's good. I think there's always the worry on a port as to whether or not there will be any shortcuts or simplifications of the full game, and thankfully that doesn't appear to be the case. Where Pipeworks will take the game in an interesting new direction is in the undocked mode, or the mobile mode if you will. They have actually stated that they intend to use some brand new control schemes to take advantage of the Switch while it's in undocked mode, to include specifically the touch screen. I like that because in the games I've played on the Switch, it seems to be a widely overlooked feature of the console. Pipeworks Studios indicates that pinching, tapping, and dragging touchscreen features will all be taken advantage of to make the Nintendo Switch port of Terraria as intuitive and as fun as possible. The developers have stated that the pace of reveals will probably pick up as development progresses. They said so in a recent video, and they indicated that they intend to release streams of their development progress more regularly going forward, now that they say they have a better feel for how far they're progressing in the game's development. While that's good in that we'll get more previews, it does indicate to me that we probably won't get this game by the 2019 E3 this June. At best, I would expect a Christmas release in 2019. Now keep in mind, Terraria is now a massive game with thousands of items, tons of enemies. You know how much content there is, and so that is a lot of content that was originally designed for the PC that they've got to optimize for the Switch. The Eye of Cthulhu arena fight video was actually preceded by a screenshot of a slime-mounted player battling the Eye in a snow biome. That particular update stated, "As we mentioned last month, our team successfully completed a significant milestone by submitting the Switch Alpha build. We're working with both Relogic and 505 Games on a list of feedback items and feature requests before beginning on a bug-fixing voyage that takes us straight to beta. Once the remaining alpha feedback and feature requests have been integrated into the build, we'll be rolling out new community showcases for the Nintendo Switch version. In the meantime, enjoy this screenshot of fighting Eye of Cthulhu on Switch, and hopefully we will have a bit more detail to share with you very soon." As of late January 2019, Pipeworks has completed an alpha build. An announcement stated, "The team at Pipeworks is happy to announce that we've hit a major milestone in Switch development. Our alpha build has been submitted for review, which means major gameplay systems are in-game and ready for Relogic to check out. Pipeworks will be focused on our beta milestone now, which means bug fixes, polish, and addressing other feedback from both 505 Games and Relogic. Expect Switch live streams, feature showcases, and other forms of content to start appearing in your feeds as we get closer to beta. The team is thrilled at the state of our alpha build, and we can't wait to show you all the work that has been going on behind the scenes. It'll be worth the wait." Now, back in November of last year, 2018, it was announced that, quote, "As you saw from Senex's Twitter picture just a week or so ago, Switch is real, and Reed Digit has had it in his hands, excuse me. It's been a really great month production-wise, and we've had great fun reviewing the milestone with touch functionality integrated. The next production milestone is going to be focused on relogic feedback on the user interface and the implementation of features we have requested. We think the build looks and feels great. Terraria really feels at home on Switch, and we are starting to see the benefits emerge from having a unified code base. There's still a lot of work left to do, but the team is happy where things are right now. Still looking good for that 2019 launch." So things have come a long way since then, and things have come a long way since mid-September 2018, when, at the time, the official statement was, quote, "We have another full team working diligently in parallel on the Nintendo Switch version. As you may have seen from our teaser earlier this summer, we do have a development build up and running. The team can play the game for hours, and the Nintendo Switch feels like a natural home for Terraria. That said, there's still much to do to get things ready. Diligent watchers probably noticed a user interface not final sticky note included in the video. Currently, the team is hard at work making noticeable size changes to the user interface so that it's more visible on the Switch screen. It should have the same unified feel that the PS4 and Xbox One UI does, but with an emphasis on making everything bigger for the handheld mode. And yes, these changes will carry over to docked mode so that players will have a consistent experience while both docked and undocked. We have a lot of tasks and bugs left to resolve, but we feel great about the progress that's being made. We'll have additional information to show you as we move through production and approach our internal alpha and beta milestones." Here's that very brief video that they mentioned in their statement. Keep in mind that news of Terraria on Switch got kicked off with an extremely optimistic prediction. Quote, "Hello Terrarians. Yesterday we confirmed that Terraria will be launching on Nintendo Switch in 2017. We are very excited to open up Terraria to new users and to be part of the great group of Nindies coming to Nintendo Switch. We've received a lot of questions and can confirm that, at launch, Terraria for Switch will be at least version 1.3. We will share more details later down the road, but couldn't wait to let everyone know. Terraria will be on the Switch." So, while 2017 has obviously come and gone with no Terraria on Switch, I do believe that they will release Terraria as a fully featured 1.3 release on the Switch. And I still believe it'll be released by the end of this year, 2019. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Nintendo has set a precedent with the Fortnite reveal at the 2018 E3, so anything is possible with Terraria. Terraria, like Fortnite, is a very important, very widely adopted game, and so it should be a high-profile mention by Nintendo. Based on what the developers have said so far, I don't think we're at the point where we can expect a 2019 E3 announcement about the Nintendo Terraria release, but maybe we'll get an update on its progress, or at least a reveal of it in a Nintendo Direct later in the year. That's all I've got for now. I can say that as a Switch owner and as a fan of Terraria, you do have my sympathy if you're desperately waiting for the Switch port. So stay tuned to my channel in the future. I promise I will continue to relay any updates on the progress of Terraria on the Switch, and also on other platforms. Thanks for watching.